Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharifa, and my poetry name is New Lily. I just wanted to give a disclaimer, y'all. This video is just another one of my documentation videos. As I've mentioned in prior videos, this channel is somewhat of a vlog site slash platform for journalism. And I am a journalist that's investigating the targeted individual phenomenon. I am not a medical practitioner. I do not have any medical licensure, so I would advise you not to take any medical advice from me. If I do state anything that's medical, it's just information that I've learned via my investigation and possibly methods that I've used on myself. If you choose to follow any of the advice that I give, if I do give advice, I haven't given any in this video. In this video, I'm just documenting y'all. But in some of my videos, I may give holistic health advice just based off of research that I've done. Listen to the noise campaign, y'all. Somebody's microchip is going off. The same person that I'm going to talk about in the next clips. But anyway, sitting there like literally just waiting for a moment. Anyway, listen, y'all, listen. I mean, I know y'all can hear that. Anyways, you're going to hear in the next clip me kind of talking about, referencing, the situation with that neighbor. But anyway, I don't even want the smoke. I don't even give a rat's ass, to be quite honest. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So in some of these videos, I do sometimes talk about holistic health methods that you can use to cleanse the technology out of your body that's utilized on targets, such as nanobots, etc. Allegedly, right? The technology that's allegedly used. I've provided information proving that that's the case, but still, just for the sake of my video not getting struck down, y'all, I'm going to say allegedly. Anyway, I may provide methods, like I did in my prior videos, on how you can cleanse the tech out of the body. But if you choose to follow that advice, do so at your own discretion, and do so knowing that I am not a medical practitioner, and that I do not advise you to follow any medical advice from me without consulting a medical practitioner first. This video, however, I am not sharing medical advice. I am just sharing information that I've learned via my journalism about the targeted individual phenomenon. I also provide sources in the description box and the comment section. All of the information that I share are experiences that I have had while being targeted. But I also share other information from other targets that they allege have happened. I also share information and incidents that have been alleged by other targets. Okay? So I just wanted to give that disclaimer because I do not want them to strike down my video. I am not, I reiterate, a medical practitioner. And also, I'd like to use the Fair Use Act and let you all know that I do share a clip from a video for the purpose of sharing info about the targeted individual phenomenon. So I'm using the Fair Use Act and sharing that video for educational purposes. I just wanted to do this disclaimer, y'all, before, at the beginning of my video, so that my video doesn't get struck down. All right, check out the next clips, y'all. Peace out. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sharifa, and my poetry name is New Lily. If you're new to my channel, please check out the important links in the description box and the comment section. In the description box, you'll find links to videos telling my story of how I became targeted, as well as other pertinent links with information for targeted individuals. Information about the technology utilized on targets, information from doctors talking about the program and the capability of these technologies. Also, underneath the 3 links that link to videos that tell how I became targeted is a link called Gaslighting and Programming of the Targeted Individual. And in that video, you'll hear me talking about my experience when I tried to relocate off of the island where my targeting started and the targeting went viral. You'll hear me talk about some of the things that happened that caused reactions that led to my targeting going viral. Because there's an explanation for everything, y'all. I've said this in several videos. They used some of those reactions that I had when I tried to relocate prior to knowing that I was a target. I had some egregious reactions to the covert and overt harassment that followed me. It was much worse in the mainland in the United States. And so my reactions were egregious. I didn't know, again, how the program worked or that I was a target. And those reactions caused my targeting to go viral. So I have a very unique targeting case, y'all. Check out those links, man. Check out that gaslighting and programming of the targeted individual video after checking out one of the three links after checking out one of the three videos where I talk about how I became targeted. I have three different options for you. I have a full story video where I tell my full story, how I became targeted in 2020, as well as some of the drop story. Very long video. It's a 7-part compilation. I also have a commentating over a clip video where I went to that same full story video and took a screen recording of specifically the part where I talked about what started my targeting, and I did commentary over it. And then there's a third video, a summary video, where I summarize what started my targeting. Out of all three, if you're not able to watch the full story, I would recommend the commentating over a clip video rather than the summary. It's a little more in depth and it's up to date. Anyway, guys, I didn't want to stay on the intro too long. It's redundant. I'm tired of repetitively saying the same intro. But it's just the OCD in me. I just know that, there are new people coming to my channel all the time via these videos that I'm creating, and I never know if the video that I'm making at the moment will be that first video for somebody new. And so that's why I feel the need to redundantly say the same intro with the talking about the links and the three different videos where I talk about how I became targeted, and it's exhausting, y'all, but I so badly want my story to be out there, and I so badly want new subscribers to know where to go, where to start when they get to my channel, that I keep, repetitively, redundantly saying the same intro. But I keep trying to shorten it. If you notice, I word it different sometimes. I try to shorten it, but I don't miss it. I always make sure to have that intro. Anyway, guys, again, more documentation. Remember what I told y'all. I've been saying this in recent videos. I'm trying to stay away from the targeted individual content, but the targeted individual content won't stay away from me. I'm a target, unfortunately, still. And so things happen constantly, 24/7, and a lot of it I can ignore. Oftentimes I can just throw on one of my videos when they use one of their tactics that I've talked about in my prior videos. Those of you that have been keeping up with me, you know all the info I share on this channel. I share a lot of info for targets about how this program works, the technology utilized, the tactics used, and then I also talk about countermeasures and what I've been doing to counteract the tactics used. And then I also share my experiences and I document things and I talk about the things that I've been through, and basically what I've learned from being targeted for about 3 years and change now. And so this is what I do now. I realize the best countermeasure to this program is creating videos. Of course, I have to be careful with my videos, though, because I do get backlash often for them, but I don't regret them. My videos have literally been my saving grace and getting my story out there. Anyways, guys, so just know that I mean what I'm saying. When I say that, in these videos, these recent videos, when I say that I'm trying to stay away from targeted individual content and subject matter, I mean it. I really am trying to stay away from it. And oftentimes, like I said, the tactics they use now are so old. They're trying to switch it up. They keep trying to switch it up because I don't bust down most of the stuff they do. But still, constantly, I can oftentimes just put on one of my videos. I've created so many. I have a video for everything that they do and bust down the tactic that they try to throw at me or whatever. But then, things switching up and new things happening, and, that's just how the program works. It morphs and it adapts and it evolves to fit you and to fit how you're adapting and evolving. So the more you adapt and evolve and assimilate to what they're doing and learn how to counteract it, the more they come with new tactics and methods to use against you. It's crazy, y'all. It's a satanic program, I'm telling you. It's literally like sitting there all day like how Satan does, looking for human souls to devour. Sitting there looking all day, trying to figure out how to get you to freaking sin, how to get you to become wrathful and angry, how to get a reaction out of you. That's how the program's designed. That's satanic. I'm not telling you anything that's not true. You can check out my prior videos. There are several people that talk about this program out there. Right? So literally that's how it's designed. It's designed to get an adverse reaction out of you. I'm just putting my own thing in there and telling you that that's satanic because that's what Satan does. Like think about the story Job. Look at what was going on with Job. Of course Satan gave, of course the Most High gave Satan permission to test Job, right? Because he wanted to test Job and see if Job was a faithful servant. And so Satan was able to have at it with Job, and he was doing all kinds of stuff to Job to see if he could get that reaction, that sinful reaction. And it's similar to what they do in this program, man. It's like a spirit on the people when they're doing what they're doing to you. Because it's like you're moving like Satan. When you're looking at this person trying to figure out how can I get under their skin, how can I annoy them, you know that technology is being utilized on the person too. You down for that. You're watching it and you know, a part of it too, making noise campaigns in the background while the covert harassment and torture, that's what it is being done. You know, that's all satanic to me. Anyways, even just the technology. You know, I'm not anti-government. I keep reiterating that because they keep trying to spin that lie. Never been anti-government, but I am anti this program and I am anti this technology. And I will speak against it as long as I'm in the program. You know, it's terrible what's done in this program, and especially the fact that they're using the technology on you against your will, you know, without your consent. It's so freaking dystopian and authoritarian. It's crazy, y'all. Anyway, we're really in some end times, you know, because trust me, it's not stopping at targets. That's the start.
I meant to say authoritarian, not authoritarian.
We're just the experiment. They're trying to use this on everyone. Check out my prior videos. I've done enough research over the last year, y'all, and I found out a lot of scary stuff. The intention is to use it on everyone. And Robert Duncan, the creator of this technology, was talking about the fact he's kind of turning into a whistleblower right now. I'm surprised they haven't shut him down yet. He's talking about the fact that this is going to be the end of free will when they start using this shit on everyone. Anyway, so the gang stalkers are having a little sweet laugh right now because it's not them. But they don't understand that this is what it's gearing up to. That's what the targeted individual program is truly all about. Anyway, so let me because I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, y'all. I'd be trying to stay out of trouble, I'm telling you. But when stupid shit happens to me and it's like out of my control because of this bullshit, that's when I get angry and I have to document and I have to make a video. And I start digging down the rabbit hole and talking about the agenda that I learned. And I really don't want to talk about it because I got backlash for that too, even though they saw when I learned about it. These people with their shadow networking shit probably sent it to me for all I know because I was digging, doing research, and I came across Robert Duncan's video, and Michael Barden talks about him too, and the fact that he's out there talking against this technology and what they're doing, how they're using it on innocent civilians. He's talking against it and apparently, you know, like turning into like a whistleblower in a way. Anyway, so whatever. I try not to talk about this stuff, y'all, because I really want to get out of the program. And I know the more I reveal, the more research I do and find out and share, it's like the more targeted it seems like I become. But it's like, you know, it's like a catch-22. You either keep your mouth hush and deal with the covert harassment and them painting false narratives and using their technology to malign you, or you expose it and bust it down and share what you learn. But then the more you share what you learn, the more you get targeted. You know what I mean? Like, it's a catch-22. It's really a sick-ass program. Anyway, let me continue, though. So, nonetheless, I went off on a tangent. I'm kind of venting and ranting right now. Like, you can hear the tone of my voice and even the decibel that I'm irritated because I'm tired. I worked last night. I told you I've been doing security recently. I literally, it's 9:29 as y'all can see in the upper left-hand corner, right? I got off at 7. I fell asleep around 8. So I've been sleeping for like an hour and a half and not really sleeping much, so I'm exhausted. And I woke up from this weird-ass dream. And then when I wake up, of course, I'm gaslit about it. The noise campaigns in the background is happening. You know, the people are sitting there perched, waiting for a moment. You know, actively making noises and doing passive aggressive.
I meant to say the noise campaigns in the background are happening, not is happening. Once again, y'all, please excuse the poor grammar. I know how to speak, I know how to write. I just am not a good public speaker, especially when I'm worked up and I'm tired, y'all, which often is the case when I make these videos.
Of stuff. And so, of course, that irks and irritates me, and I'm having a human reaction, but not just a human reaction. I'm recording and documenting for my own protection. Because this is what they do. They use the technology to malign you, and they can actually frame you with their technology. Michael Barden talks about it. Eric Snowden talks about it. When they want to paint a narrative, they can do whatever it is they want to do with this technology. They have free reign to you unless you cut the shit off. So anyways, let me just talk about what happened just now, y'all. Not needless to say, that's what this video is about. It's more documentation, more targeted individual bullshit. Because I really didn't want to make any more videos, as I've been saying. But this is documentation. Had to do it. You know, I had another dream manipulation moment. And so here I am now about to make a video and bust it down. So anyways, I was sleeping and I just started having this random dream, right? Memories from years ago, right? And not even memories to say memories like I'm remembering something specific, but more so like a piece of my past that just randomly I had a dream about at age 32. You have to understand, this thing that I dreamt about, or was a part of the dream that I had, is from my childhood years. Like, I'm talking about like early high school, like middle school, high school, like 8th, 9th grade was around the time when this stimuli that was presented in the dream.
Y'all, later in the clip, you're gonna hear me realize that I'm wrong. Not early high school or middle school, more so like 10th or 12th grade, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade, one of those years. I did the math when I thought about the younger person in my close circle that was also in the dream, and he's 10 years younger than me. I'm still years ago though, y'all. Again, I reiterate, I'm 32. So anything from high school, even if it's 12th grade, is years ago.
Was presented. It's so weird and creepy. And I already heard that with this technology, they can dig through your memories, and they can also create false memories if they want. They haven't done that to me yet, and I don't want to, bear false witness and say that they're gonna, they've been doing that. They haven't done that to me yet. Because anytime I talk about something, I notice with this program, they start doing it to me. Even though I'm just documenting what's happening to me. And in the process, telling you the capabilities of the technology. They haven't done that to me yet, but they have this technology is advanced, y'all. This is some real high science shit. They can connect to your neurons with these little microscopic robots. They can push dots into your head, push dreams into your head, all kinds of stuff, y'all, with this weird, creepy shit that they're putting in you against your will without your consent. It's so dystopian. Anyway, so I was sleeping, right? And I start having this dream, and I already told y'all that there's this, like, I can't really say it because I've talked about it in prior videos, but I could get in problems for talking about it. So there's this specific person in my close circle that they like to throw dreams at me about. Several of them, actually. Two of them actually were both in the dream. These two actually people in my close circle, they do like to love to send me dreams about these two. But the one I'm talking about in particular, the guy one that they sent the dream about, there's this weird kind of thing with him and I because of something I talked about in my prior video, something that happened in my past with him. And they honed in on that, of course, with the programming. And so that's something that's constantly being presented in these dreams and my dream manipulation stuff. I know it sounds like a mystery to y'all. I can't really say too much because I told you I get backlash for these videos, especially when I start talking about specific relationships and stuff. So I can't really go into too many details about it. I've talked about it in prior videos. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. What I can say is I talked about, and I never revealed who the relative or person in my close circle was either. But basically, I talked about the guy person in the stream. It was a girl and a guy that is in my close circle that they constantly throw stimuli at and you weaponize against me. But the guy person in this video, my plea for help as a targeted individual. In that video, that was before I had started doing security again, y'all. When I was pleading for help because I had no employment. Anyway, in that job, remember I told y'all for like about a year I sat there on my ass with no job. And so I just started doing security again at the end of last year, thank goodness. Anyway, so in that video I talked about this experience I had with this person in my close circle that I believe played a part in what happened to me and my targeting, is what I said. So you can check that video out if you want more details about this person that they've kind of tried to weaponize against me. I'm not going to say much more, I don't want problems. But anyways, so I had a dream, right? I was sleeping, and randomly this other person that they've tried to weaponize against me, now this is a female. Remember the one I told you I had like this kind of, the relationship has turned weird because they tried to weaponize something I said about her in my full story. They tried to weaponize that against me, and they've really used that relationship even more so, I want to say, than the guy that I was just referencing from the my plea for help video. They've really weaponized that relationship against me, made it so uncomfortable for me, created this weird thing like they do with their technology. And of course, the gang stalkers were hopped on board because they have their own personal agenda against me because I've said offensive stuff. So they don't really they're holding a grudge, a lot of them. So it's just like a lot of offensive stuff that I said in reaction to what was happening to me. I've apologized, but they don't know what forgiveness is. So it's just like holding a grudge, and so it's like they're ready to hop on anything, really. So anyways, this thing they weaponized against me, this female relationship. Y'all, those of you that have been following me, I know you more than know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, you really got to listen to my story. Once you listen to my story, then you're going to understand who I'm talking about in this video. Anyway, so I had a dream about her, right? Randomly, I was just sleeping, and all of a sudden in the dream she appears, and this elder female, another person that they've weaponized against me, should be able to put two and two together about who I'm talking about if you've been keeping up with my videos. The two of them are in the video and they're standing by the bed, and they're both wearing like these like old time granny nighties. It was so weird. And so the younger one was saying, I resigned from Kmart. Like, apparently she was working at Kmart. No, she does not really work at Kmart in real life. You know, she's actually, you know, working a government job. So I don't know why that was in the dream. It was a very weird dream. But she was like, I resigned from my job from, she didn't say it. The elder person told me, you know, she resigned from her job from Kmart. And I know Kmart is shut down in the mainland in the United States, but we still have it actively on this island. We do not have Walmart down here. We have Kmart. So she was like, the elder person said, she resigned from her job from Kmart. Did you know that? I said, what? I said she resigned, and I don't know why. This is to tell you it wasn't me. Because I know, and I knew this is why they should know this wasn't me. This was the freaking dream manipulation. I know she doesn't work at Kmart, so why would I react like that, like I was familiar with the fact that she worked at Kmart? But I was like, what? I said she resigned from her job from Kmart? And so I looked at her and I said, why did you resign from your job from Kmart? And she said, I didn't resign, we're just joking. And I said, okay, you're just joking. I was like, whoa. I said, why would you resign? I was like, I got scared for a minute. You know, something like that I was saying to her. Like, I was in shock that she resigned from her job from Kmart. And then the elder person told me, but you know who's working there? I said, who? And then she said, Haley's brother. And I said, Haley's brother?
At this point, y'all, as I continue to tell the story, I accidentally said the name of the male person in my close circle that I told y'all you'll have to watch the targeted individual plea for help video to hear the story with him and I. I mentioned his name by accident at this point, so I had to cut that part of the video out and start another clip.
I would delete every app on my phone for this. It's called Ask AI.
Welcome back to my channel. Sorry about that, guys. I said the name of the person by accident in the dream, so I'm going to cut that part of the video out and put the videos together, so you're not going to hear the name that I said. But when they said, I'm going to use the name Haley, though. I am going to use that name. You know what? Maybe I should. Nah, that's okay. It was years ago, y'all. I'm telling you, this is from my childhood. Anyway, so I was like, wait a minute. Haley? I was like, pretty Haley, that's so-and-so. Now, this is the guy person in my close circle that I told you they like to weaponize against me because of what I said in that targeted individual plea for help video. I said, pretty Haley that so-and-so used to like? And he said, yes, girl. They said the brother is in love and he's doing this and doing that. And they're showing me all the stuff he was doing in the store with the female person in my close circle. So I was just like, what? And then I woke up right as that happened. And of course they hopped on that. They were making noise campaign outside, and there's a specific neighbor that really be on top of me and making noise campaigns and stuff. I don't know, it's like he has this personal problem with me, but it's not even just him. I can't even just pinpoint him. It's like there are literally like several neighbors that do noise campaigns. I'm not.
Guys, by the way, the reason that the noise campaign started is if you're new to the targeted individual community and you don't know what's in store for you, they have the technology to not only microchip your brain, but broadcast your thoughts to everyone around. So typically the gang stalkers are sitting back watching your thoughts like a movie. That's how invasive the program is. This is why I keep saying it's dystopian.
I'm gonna just pinpoint him, really and truly. But it's just like I noticed it more, and maybe because the houses are so freaking close together. I already told y'all how the houses are in this new neighborhood that we moved to. So I think his yard is like literally in our yard, basically. So it's like I can hear him more, and so, but it's not just him. I'm not even gonna say her and friend. But it's just like it seems to me like I've said this in prior videos. You have gang stalkers, yes, and several people involved. But some people take certain things more personal than others, and they seem to have like this personal vendetta against you. You could just tell and feel the energy. Anyway, so that happened. I'm just like, oh my god, here's something they're gonna try to run with again. And I was like, do I really want to sit and make a video about it? And I was just thinking about what happened in the dream in my head, and the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm hearing noise outside, and the more I'm getting irritated. You can even hear grass cutting right now as soon as I start talking about the Haley thing, right? So let me bust that down really quickly. First of all, with the Haley thing, we were children, right? When this happened, this was somebody in my close circle. Like I said, if you check out the My Plea for Targeted Individual video, you'll hear about the relative I'm talking about, the guy relative, the male relative.
It's targeted individual plea for help. That's the title of the video. Y'all saw it at the beginning. I showed y'all.
Or person in my close circle that I'm talking about. But this Haley thing was from years ago. We were all kids, right? This was after I had left. Now hear the beeping. These wicked ass people. They're trying to paint a narrative so bad because they don't like me. They want to malign me so bad. They know full well I didn't do anything, y'all. They want to paint a narrative so bad. You know that kind of way where they're...
Yeah, no, that reaction, me saying these wicked ass people, because when I said it happened when we were kids, and when I mentioned the word kids, they beat the horn to try to again insinuate and push that false narrative that they know full-heartedly is false. But that's where I'm gonna be painted as a bitch now, because they'll take that little sound bite of me saying these wicked ass people. I try not to talk bad about the gang stalkers because I learned how the program works, and it's your reaction to their abuse that propels the targeting. That's how the program works. It's very, very effective and comprehensive. So I try not to have certain reactions. I try very hard not to. But that moment really irked me because you have to understand I'm tired, as I said in the video, sleep deprived, and they're pushing something that they know ain't true. And I'm dealing with neural monitoring and illegal chipping without my consent. So understand the frustration when they're also helping to push lies that they know are lies and helping this technology to be utilized on me. They know what's going on and they'll still actually, like go ahead and go along with it. I get irritated. So I had a moment where I said these wicked ass people, and of course they would hone in on that and then get blue vex and then start to do more. This is how it works, y'all. I'm telling you. It's reactive abuse where they hone in on your reaction to what's being done to you. It's crazy.
I don't know that. I can't relate. I don't know that feeling. I've never disliked somebody that bad. Thank God. I don't care that much about other people. And not to say I don't care about people because now I heard a noise.
Let me rewind it, y'all, because, this constant pausing, then I start back the video and I know you'll be lost. So let me kind of rewind it to before I said these wicked ass people. I'm going to rewind it to, it's probably going to go a little bit further back than that. I'm going to try to get to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's at 2 minutes and 43 seconds right now.
I can't relate. I don't know that feeling. I've never disliked somebody that bad. Thank God. I don't care about the relative I'm talking about, the guy relative, the male relative or person in my close circle that I'm talking about. But this Haley thing was from years ago. We were all kids, right? This was after I had left. Now hear the beeping. These wicked ass people. They're trying to paint a narrative so bad because they don't like me. They want to malign me so bad. They know full well I didn't do anything, y'all. They want to paint a narrative so bad. You know that kind of way where I don't know that. I can't relate. I don't know that feeling. I've never disliked somebody that bad. Thank God. I don't care that much about other people. And not to say I don't care about people because now I heard a noise. Not to say like I'm uncaring. I mean to say I'm so uninvolved with other people's business that I couldn't care enough to dislike somebody that bad. I just couldn't.
And by the way, y'all, my apathy, I've already talked about this in prior videos, or my lack of care, is because of what's been happening to me. It's a defense mechanism. Detaching myself emotionally from certain things may come across as apathetic or indifferent, but really what it is a defense mechanism because of what's happening to me. So this is how I react. I detach myself from the situation, and it may come across as cold, but I think it's understandable considering my circumstances.
To want to see them be pinned for something they didn't do. I just couldn't. First of all, my heart don't work that way. But second of all, I don't care that much about other people like that to be in their business like that. But anyway, so let me break down the Haley thing because I knew I had to make a video because, of course, as per usual, they're trying to run with it. Like everything else. This is why I wanted so badly y'all cut the signal off. I'm already working on getting something to cut the signal off. The camera signal and the internet signal. I don't care if they hear it. They're seeing everything I'm doing anyway. So they're going to see what I'm doing. But I've seen several targets talk about the fact that they got relief when they purchased certain things that could cut the signal off to these cameras and to the internet and whatever else. So that they got some sort of relief, right? Anyway, so with the Haley thing, we were kids, first of all. Children, right? Let me use correct grammar since I was an English teacher. Kids, that's actually a child goat, right? So children, we were children, right? With the Haley thing, I was in middle school, either 8th grade or 9th grade. I can't remember specifically. But I was no longer in the first school that I went to. If you listen to my full story, you'll hear me say that in the beginning of my life, so like from 1st grade to 7th grade, from 1st grade to 7th grade, I went to private school. And then in 8th grade, I went to a church school. And then 9th through 12th grade, I went to public school. So at this point, when the Haley debacle, and it wasn't really a debacle, but I'm just saying that, when the Haley thing happened, I was no longer in my first school, the private school that I went to. However, this younger person in my close circle was still in the first school that I went to. And so he had developed apparently this crush on this girl that was in his class named Haley. I'd never seen Haley in my life. I wasn't even going to the school when he had the crush on Haley. All I did was hear about it by word of mouth because we're in the household together. We're close, right? We were very close. I told you growing up, I can't say certain things, y'all, or else it's going to kind of reveal who I'm talking about. But we grew up, just understand, very close to people in my close circle. And I could be talking about friends, family, whatever. Just know that prior to my targeting, I was very close with those around me. Understand that. And so we grew up in this kind of like situation where we were very close and we even told each other everything. Like we used to sit there and tell each other everything about who we liked and what was going on in our life. They even knew about the guy that I talked about in my prior videos that I had like this freaking big ass crush on in high school that I thought was my first love. They used to tease me like crazy about him. They knew about him. The same person in my close circle that I'm talking about never saw that guy in his life, just like how I never saw Haley. But they still knew about him well because we were close like that. And so we used to tease each other about the people that we liked. And so I remember there being this big thing, them coming home and telling me about this girl named Haley that this person in my close circle liked so bad. And he was talking about she was so pretty and this and that. And that was the big joke. And we were teasing the heck out of him for it because he was the baby. And so we used to tease him about his crush on Haley. This was years ago. I reiterate, I'm 32 now. This happened when I was in either 8th or 9th grade, so 13 or 14. And this younger relative is 10 years younger than me. So that means he had to be, so the math is off then. I'm saying that's incorrect. It had to be that I was in 11th or 12th grade when it happened. Just know I was not in that first school anymore when it happened. And he was in like 4th grade when he had this crush on, that's to tell he was very young, a child, and I was a child too. So he had to be in like 4th grade when it happened because I'm 10 years older than him. I remember this big thing about this Haley girl. I reiterate, never saw Haley in my life. I don't know how Haley looks. I just know Haley because of her being talked about in the house. And the elder person in my close circle that was teaching at that school before she left and ended up teaching elsewhere, kept telling us, oh my gosh, would you believe so-and-so, talking about this other relative, the guy that had the crush on Haley. He's in love. He likes Haley so bad. This and that. We were just laughing and teasing the hell out of him just because it was fun. We used to tease each other about people we liked. And so this Haley thing is from years ago, y'all. I've never seen Haley in my life. I don't know what Haley looks. I couldn't pick Haley in a lineup. Okay? I don't know how Haley looks. I just know of her, and I know her name. So that's what's freaking me. I know it's the technology. I know they're digging through my neurons with the freaking technology, digging through the shit, like digging through memories. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I hope they dig and realize they ain't gonna find shit, and they leave me alone. This is what I'm hoping for. And it's weird when the dream happened too, right after they sent me this weird sensitization video that I'm about to show y'all. This is again how I know it was them. But anyway, so I'm just like, freaked out when I woke up because I'm like, that is a weird dream to have. The Haley thing happened years ago in childhood when I was a child. And also too, I never saw Haley in my life. And they're reading my thoughts too. They know they didn't hear no thoughts about Haley in my head. Now the name is probably going to start popping in my head. You know what I told y'all happens to me? When I learn names and stuff and they try to sensitize me to stuff, the name will keep popping in my head. It's so embarrassing and annoying. So I know now Haley is probably going to start popping in my head because of this incident. But they know good and well before this dream happened, there was no Haley, nothing popping in my head. I myself am freaked out because I haven't thought about Haley. I actually don't even know how I remember the name. I haven't thought about that memory. It was like literally like a childhood memory in this dream. I'm just like, this is so random. Why is this in my dream? It was weird, and it was the way that the person said it to me. I didn't say it. The elder person said it to me. She said, you know who's working with her? I said, who? They're listening to the dreams, so they should be able to hear what's going on. I said, who? She said in the dream, so that means that's them projecting that into my head. She said, Haley, remember Haley? Her brother is working with so-and-so and likes her bad. I said, Haley? And that was when I said, pretty Haley that so-and-so used to like? I never seen Haley in my life. I just know pretty Haley because this is what the terminology for her was in the household. Because he liked her so bad and he was going on about how she was so pretty and this and that. And we just teased the heck out of him for it. I never seen Haley in my life. So I needed to document because they tried to run with that. Of course they did. They always do. And so I knew I needed to sit here and document. I'm on eggshells, y'all. I'm skating on ice. And I'm not letting them pin me with lies and false narratives. They're not gonna win. Not with me. So anyways, that's what happened. It was like literally a memory from years ago, y'all, like childhood. I reiterate 32 now. So I'm just like, why the hell am I dreaming about Haley? Like that name, not necessarily her. She wasn't in the dream, but her name. And it wasn't me that said it. Again, I reiterate, it was presented to me. Literally they were telling me about so-and-so, what did they say? They said she quit her job at or she resigned from her job at Kmart. And somehow I was privy to the fact that she was working at Kmart, even though in real life I know she works a government job. So that already tells you it wasn't me. So I was just like, you quit your job at Kmart? I said, what? I said, why would you quit? And so she was just like, I didn't quit, I'm just joking. And I said, joking? I said, I looked at the elder person that had told me, and I said, whoa. I was like, why would you say that? I said, she quit. And she said, I was just joking too, or whatever she said. And then she said, but guess who's working there? And I said, who? And she said, Haley's brother. I said, Haley? I said, pretty Haley for so-and-so? And I said his name. I said, pretty Haley for so-and-so? Because this was what we knew back in the day, that he liked her, and we called her Pretty Haley because this is how he used to talk about her, and he was like obsessed with the girl. He liked her so bad. I never saw her. I wasn't even in that private school anymore when he started liking that girl. So this is what's so crazy to me. I don't even know how, I'm telling you, I could not pick this girl in the lineup. I don't know how she looks. I just know her name, and I just know the memory of him liking her. So I'm just like, why would that pop in my head at this, so many years later, randomly in a dream? They're effing with me. I'm telling you, they're using the technology to try to malign me. And they can't. They got the wrong one. They will never, ever win with me. So then, anyways, let me now show y'all the video that they sent me before I had that dream. And I can tell you a little bit of the interaction that happened before that dream happened. They sent me this video. You know how I told you on the prior videos how they use the AI shadow networking software to send you videos with subliminal messaging in it.
Y'all, it seems like they're messing with my video now. All of a sudden, the thing's pausing up. I guess because, again, I was able to knock down another one of their tactics. When I'm able to, they always fly and mess with the technology, and somehow my video gets deleted or doesn't play, or they strike it down with a lie, bogus-ass reason, like saying that I talked about vaccines that I didn't talk about. All of a sudden now it's splotchy. I don't know what's going on. Again, as usual, can't handle me, so now they're actually messing with the technology. Like, they are the definition of sore losers. Like, because at this point, this is a game that they're playing with me. It's like cat and mouse. And because they can't best me, they'll play dirty and cheat and mess with the technology because I can knock down their lies and their false narratives. It's like, at least sit back humbly and let me knock you down because you lost fair and square. You're coming with bullshit and you can't knock me down. I'm going to refute you every time. Now they're messing with the technology.
Right? So let me show you what they sent me this time in my news feed. I fast forwarded to the part where the sensitization is because they started making noise outside too. Remember, they're watching you, the gang stalkers, via these insect drones. They're watching you and everything you're watching, constantly ready to make noise when stimuli is presented. Not only to program your brain, but to harass you. So anyways, let me play what they sent.
Mad or view what I'm saying to be excessive. Maybe you'll be able to get away with 150 pounds above your roll. All I'm saying is, if there is a major strength distortion, which might have happened.
Yeah, as I break down what's being said here, I didn't even mention the getaway part. Even that was sensitization, them insinuating that I got away with anything. That was sensitization too, and I don't mention it, but I mentioned the other things. Anyway, go ahead and listen.
Past due to not emphasizing deadlifts or hip hinge exercise in general, like good mornings, well, maybe that explains why you're stuck at a certain level.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna come out and come back in because they're messing with the technology and it's freezing up now. I'm at 11:43. I'm gonna come out and come back in. They're not gonna mess my video up. Y'all see how the whole thing froze up? Am I still recording? Yes, I am. Good. I'm glad y'all are able to witness what they do. You see how the whole thing, my whole phone is frozen right now. I'm trying to come out of this. It's freezing up. It's moving glitchy. Look at that. It's saying the screen recorder isn't responding. Wait. They're literally trying to shut down the app now because, again, I'm busting them down. This is what they do. They're so obvious, too. They don't even care that all the gang stalkers are watching because they know the gang stalkers are so down with what they're doing, even though it's wrong, that they know they can do this. It's crazy. Look what they're doing now. Look at what they're doing. This is crazy. Let me try to go back into that video again, y'all.
Sorry about that, guys. I said...
It's probably gonna, I'm probably gonna have to put a little bit before where I was at. Yeah, it's like 2 seconds before where I was at.
You're stuck at a certain level, not because you have a back.
Even that, guys, the stuck part, because they're insinuating that I'm stuck in this situation because I haven't cleared something up. But listen, you'll hear.
The posterior chain is the issue, and specifically keeping that tightness in the bent forward position.
So remember I told you to like use the word tight on me and touch. I told you how the tight was created. They created that. Check out my gaslighting and programming of the targeted individual part 3 video. I have the part 1 video.
Not the part 3. You're going to hear me later in the clip realize that I said the wrong thing. The part 2 video is where I talk about how that tight stimuli was created, or term that they use and throw at me and try to sensitize me to.
In the description box in the comment section, because in the part 1 video, like I said,
what I said there was that I have the part 1 version in the description box in the comment section, because in the part 1 programming and gaslighting, or gaslighting and programming of the targeted individual video, I talk about what happened to me when I tried to relocate off island. When the targeting got bad enough here on island, I didn't know I was a target. I just thought it was some weird spiteful thing that was happening because I sent the text and bared false witness. When I tried to relocate and I realized the thing followed me, still didn't know I was a target until I got back to island. But I had some bad reactions because the targeting was more invasive and much more worse in the mainland in the United States. And the egregious reactions I had caused my targeting to go viral. Every reaction I had, y'all, was just that, a reaction to covert and overt harassment and abuse. And there's an explanation for everything. Not justifiable, my reactions, but understandable. So please check out that video in the description box, the part 1 video. But the part 2 video, gaslighting and programming of the targeted individual program, is where you can see how that tight word became a part of my targeting and how they're the ones who created it.
About what happened to me when I tried to relocate off island, and some of the reactions that I had, reactions to abuse, by the way, y'all, listen to the story, but still bad reactions that caused my targeting to go viral. I've even apologized for some of the offensive shit that I shared out of reaction to what was happening to me. But anyway, the part 3 video to that video, I talk about the tight stimuli and
Part
how they
2.
created that. It's very lewd, y'all, and it's very invasive if you hear how that thing was created. Major invasion of privacy. I feel violated how that was created, that tight stimuli, just so you know. But anyway, so they like to use the word tight and throw it at me, right? So already I knew it was shadow networking. Now he's supposed to be talking about barbell rows. They know I do barbell rows. I just recently started last week. Remember I told you I'm working out Monday through Friday. So I'm basically just more so focused on legs than upper back or any other part of my body. I have a naturally athletic body. I always have. This is why I played sports my whole life when I was younger and stuff. And so I've always had like a naturally built body. But recently, like I said, you know, since I had the weight loss last year with everything that happened to me, I've been trying to get my weight back, and I've been mainly focusing, like most girls do, on my legs and my glutes and that area, my lower body. This is what most females focus on when they go to the gym. So that's been my focus, right? I don't do upper body because I'm naturally built up there. I've always had, like, I'm the type of chick, like now you can see my muscles coming back in. I kind of lost it last year. But when I was younger, I'm the type of chick that always had, like, built arms. I didn't even have to work out. Like, that's just naturally, that's the genetics. All of my siblings are like that. We all have, like, this naturally athletic build. It's just our genes. And so I don't have to work out my upper body for it to look fit. It just, that's how it is. And my lower body, too. I've always had good calves and stuff. But with the weight loss, I noticed that I lost the little bit of butt that I had. I'm going to be real with you. I never had a big butt. I always had a little something back there. Not much. My two, I can say relationships here. My two sisters have a butt, right? I didn't come out that way. I don't know why. I didn't come out that way. I came out with a little bit. I more so always had thighs and calves. I lost all of it. I lost the little bit of butt I had. I lost my calves. I lost my thighs. If you look at my Facebook, you can see that I had thighs, right? Before the big weight loss thing that happened last year with the neuromonitoring and stuff. Listen to my videos if you want to hear about it. But I lost everything. And so I was just like a stick. And so I told you I've been recently taking stuff, to heal my body, also working out, taking protein and stuff, just building my body back, and I've gained so much weight, y'all. It looks so much better. And so I've been getting my thighs back and everything, and then just also working out my lower body, like I said, how most females do. But I've never ever had to work out my upper body. It's just naturally built. And so I was not gonna work that out. I don't want to start looking like, Joanna Man or something around here. So I wasn't trying to work out my upper body. But then I noticed, as I was watching these workout videos, because I like watching them and I like watching bodybuilding videos, I noticed several of the females I'm following talk about the fact that if you want to get that hourglass figure, right, and if you want to accentuate your lower body that you're building, you need to work out your back. And they said a lot of females shy away from working out their back, but that's actually something that you should do. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but something you should do if you want to get like that hourglass figure, because it makes your waist look more tapered. So I said, you know what? This is the third time, that I'm hearing this advice. I read the comments in the comment section, and I saw several girls talking about the fact that they were scared to work out their back, and once they started doing it, they were happy. They were happy with the aesthetic and this and that. And so I was like, okay, let me give it a try. I said, I don't want to incorporate it too much into my workouts, but I'm going to start doing it one day out of the week. So Mondays, I think I've said this in my prior videos. Yeah, I broke down my workout schedule with y'all. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do legs, like hardcore legs. Like I go to the gym and I do weightlifting, like hardcore legs. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my cardio days. So Tuesdays I jog. Thursdays I'm trying to get a bike so I can start riding my bike again. But in the meantime, until I get the bike, jog. So I jog on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That was it. I wasn't working out any other part of my body because I don't need to. But when I saw the back thing, I was like, okay, well, I don't want to overdo it still, but I do want to incorporate some back workout into my routine. So just recently, like last week, for the first time on last Wednesday, I incorporated some back workouts into my routine. So I started doing some RDLs, and RDL also works out the glutes and stuff. I just didn't feel like that. With all the other stuff I'm doing, I didn't feel like I needed it. But since I saw that it works your back out, too, I added that into my routine. I added in some barbell rows, which is what this video is about. Some barbell rows, and a couple other, I forgot what else, some pull downs, a couple other workouts that I added in. Nothing too over the top, so my back is going to start getting toned and built, but not like too much. It won't be too much. And so when I did the rows, my back almost gave out on me in the gym. Like, I'd be going hard in the gym, y'all. I'd be doing a lot. And this is the first workout that had me like ready to like crawl on my knees when I did the rows. Like my lower back, like the lower right part of my back felt like it was gonna give out. I even had to go sit down, and catch myself because it was hurting so bad. I was like, damn. I was like, oh my God, like I thought I strained myself. And I realized when I look at these videos when I left the gym, sorry, I start hearing noise in the background. I realized when I looked at the videos when I left the gym that it's likely that either my structure or my posture was wrong, or I have a weak posture. What did he call it? Exterior posture, I think is what he's calling it in this video. I need to listen to the video again. I'm just learning, right? I'm telling y'all, when they send me these shadow networking videos, I told you guys this already. It's very effective. This is why it's such good psychological warfare. They're gonna send you videos, not always. Sometimes it'll just be random videos that don't relate to anything you watch. It's just straight sensitization. But oftentimes it'll be videos like this. Videos that relate to the things you watch, so like an algorithm, but it will contain stimuli in it to sensitize you. So I was genuinely looking at barbell row videos and learning that maybe either my posture was bad or there's something within my back that's weak that I need to work out more for me to be able to handle doing the rows. And so this video can help me. Oftentimes when they try to sensitize me and they send these videos with the sensitization in it, the video will have genuinely good advice in it, but then they'll also be sensitizing me with their subliminal messaging and trying to program me or paint whatever false narrative they're trying to paint. So anyways, I was listening to the video and he was explaining why this might happen, the lower back pain. This is the whole reason I clicked on it. I knew likely it would have sensitization in it. Most of the videos that they send to me and my recommended on YouTube does have sensitization in it, but I still clicked on it. So listen though to this next part, because this is when they started making noise outside the gang stalkers, and I even recognized that they were trying to send some sort of subliminal message.
Y'all hear that ref campaign in the background? I hope y'all hear that. They always start to go ham when I'm busting down the bullshit, right? And I come with a good video. You know, literally the people running the technology start doing their thing on their end and making stuff glitch or making things not work. And then the gang stalkers start to amp up with the noise. It's wild. Anyways, let me go ahead and finish the video.
Messaging here. So listen.
So if you can't do that, if you can't correct the root cause, then you won't be able to overload. Simple as that. And you have to accept that. Accept the fact that there's a weak link that needs to be addressed. And once you fix this, dude, it's an upward spiral. Things are only going to get better. Mark my words. So don't get mad. Use that as an opportunity to become the best lifter that's going to prevent himself from getting snapped up.
So, you know, to somebody that doesn't know about this program and this sensitization, you think he's just talking about barbell rows, right? But he's talking about there's a weak link, and once you fix it, it's up from there. He's talking about my programming and why I'm still going through this, and there's something I need to fix in order for me to, I guess, progress or get out of this, whatever it is. And then they started making noise outside in the background. So that's to tell you they even picked up on the sensitization too. I know this one isn't as obvious, y'all, but if you check out my prior AI shadow networking videos that I've posted, you'll see overtly and obviously how obvious they are with the shadow networking. This one's a little bit more subliminal, but if you checked out my prior videos, you'll understand that this is what they do, and you'll see the messaging and read in between the lines. Even the gang stalkers picked up on it because they started making noise outside. So me, I started thinking in my head, I know they're listening to my thoughts, and also too, I was genuinely just thinking, what do they want from me? I've already apologized for bearing false witness. I told y'all bearing false witness played a contentious role in my targeting. I said, I know they're not really trying to insinuate what they tried to paint with the text message. So I'm like, what do they really want from me? This is what I was thinking in my head. And then I go to sleep and I have that dream with the pretty Haley thing. And then they tried to run with that with the noise campaign. So I'm just like, I don't understand. But then later in the video too, you're going to hear him saying life isn't black and white. So it almost feels like he's talking about the offensive stuff I said, possibly. But it couldn't be that because I've apologized for that too. So I really don't know what they want from me. I'm genuinely baffled and confused as to what they want from me to make them stop doing what they're doing. But let me play it for you. You can see where he said the black and white thing in the video, and they made noise campaign in the background when that part of the video played too. And if you listen to my gaslighting and programming of the targeted individual part 1 video, that's in the description box in the comment section, you'll hear about the offensive Hebrew Israelite propaganda that I shared in my car in Florida. And it was a reaction to what was going on with me, reactive abuse, a reaction to what I had experienced in Indiana for about 2 months. Extreme harassment, y'all. Actually, Indiana was a cakewalk compared to Florida, to be quite real with you. But nonetheless, it was still bad in Indiana, the gang stalking and the harassment, and it was very racially charged. And I even talk about why I believe it turned racially charged. I actually don't blame the people in Indiana for why things turned racially charged. But nonetheless, it did turn that way. And so my targeting and my harassment was strongly ladled in racial rhetoric and racial stimulation. And so understand, when I got down to Florida, I was fed up. You know, you could say temporary insanity. I was pissed and livid because I knew I hadn't done anything. And the thing went so far. I'm like, why couldn't they just let me leave and start over? Is how I felt. You know, I was like, why did it this far? This is how I felt. I was so angry. I'm trying not to say too much because I can get in problems for these videos. And I'm just talking about it because I'm like constantly, I would stop with the videos. I'm telling you, I keep trying to stop and stuff keeps happening. And noise campaigns and gaslighting, and I feel like I have to defend myself, and then here we go again, I'm making another video, but it's what's happening to me. So anyway,
they're making a video glitch again, y'all. It's almost done, thank goodness, but they really are trying to sabotage. One set of noise outside, the people that are controlling the technology making it glitch. It's just crazy, y'all, crazy. You will not do anything. They'll provoke you. You make a video to defend yourself, and they're doing all this extra stuff. It's wild.
I shared some offensive Hebrew Israelite propaganda in my car in Florida. I've already apologized for it. I said I don't stand by it. At this point now, I sound disingenuous because I'm tired of talking about it, y'all. And I'm tired of them stuffing the stimuli down my throat. So at this point now, it probably sounds disingenuous. But I've talked about it so much, y'all. It's been a year at this point now. But this is what they provided in the video, later in the video. You'll hear him say, life isn't black and white, you know, and they made noises outside. So I knew that was a part of what he was saying here. But I still don't understand because I've apologized for that. So I'm still genuinely confused as to what is it that's needed from me to make them stop.
In the long term. So even though we can argue that full range on both days might be slightly better, maybe from a longevity standpoint, that's not necessarily the case, especially if you're going ham on your deadlifts. Perhaps that extra low back recovery will make a difference. I'm just speculating, but at the end of the day, let's say no to black and white thinking, and yes to what makes sense for you right now.
You hear, let's say no to black and white thinking. Again, to somebody who doesn't know what's going on, that's going to just sound like regular everyday slang, right? But it's sensitization. They even made noises in the background, the gang stalkers. And if you're privy to my story and you listen to my videos, you'll understand how that's sensitization. Anyway, y'all, again, thank God this one ain't too long, like 23 minutes long. I wasn't even gonna make the video, y'all. Even after the dream, I was annoyed. I was thinking in my head I wasn't gonna make a video. But when they started doing the noise campaign outside and I realized this was something they would run with again, I was like, I have to make a video again and bust it down. So likely again, y'all, as
The video glitched just then, but I said when the thing with the dream happened, I wasn't gonna make a video. But then when they started making the noises outside and doing the extra stuff with the noise campaign in response to the dream I had, and then in response to my thoughts about the dream I had, that was when I realized, okay, this is something they're gonna run with. Likely, I need to now bust it down immediately in this video.
I'm not gonna keep saying it redundantly, actually, but I will say it again this time. I am genuinely trying to stay clear of the targeted individual videos. I've made enough videos telling my story, documenting what's happened to me, documenting tactics and technology utilized. Oh, speaking of which, glad I said that. But anyway, technology utilized on targets and info to help targets. So I don't feel like there's any more videos I need to make unless I have to document something. But again, like I said, constantly things happen where I feel like I have to document and protect myself and refute something that I can feel bubbling up and that will create something new that I'm gonna have to fight against. I just want to show y'all something real quick though. Check out this video. The link is in the description box in the comment section. It's another one of those important videos. Evidence of mind control technology used in targeted individuals. Check that video out. And also check out diagram of neuromonitoring effects on targeted individuals. And you can see the thumbnail, that's a diagram of a female with lines leading to captions talking about the capabilities of this technology. The fact that they can actually send you dreams, dream manipulation, y'all. It's crazy. Also in my part 3, gaslighting and programming of the targeted individual video. The same one I told you can listen to if you want to hear how the type... You know what? I said the wrong thing. It's not the part 3 video. It's the part 2 video where you can hear how the tight stimuli was created. The part 2 video is where you can hear how the tight stimuli was created. So I'm correcting myself from earlier. But the part 3 video, you can hear me reading an article from a gentleman in India who's targeted, who also is breaking down the capabilities of this technology and the dream manipulation. So there are several videos, y'all, on my channel where you can hear about this technology. I have videos with patents for the technology, right? There's this video, patent for synthetic telepathy. Listen to how loud they're doing the rooster drone now, y'all, to shut me up. Listen. Anytime I can refute something that's brewing, which I'm always going to do, I'm always going to refute it, then they start making super loud noises. Anyway, patent for synthetic telepathy used on targeted individuals. You can see.
And y'all notice too, as the clip is going, you can hear how inauthentic that rooster sounds. When do you hear a rooster going that ham like that? It just sounds ridiculous. Like, that's why I say you can actually sometimes differentiate between authentic bird sounds and rooster sounds and these drone sounds. Sometimes they sound real and you can't tell, but sometimes they turn it up when they're trying to shut you up and you could tell it's a fake, bird call. Also, too, I'm going to end the video after I finish this video clip, right, where I'm sharing what I'm sharing. I'm going to end the video on a picture of the patent, because I have a screenshot of the Google patent for this technology also that I'm going to show you all right before I end the video. After this clip, though.
It's 9 minutes and 45 seconds long. That's just a clip from Michael Barden where he's showing the same diagram that I have in a video, a separate video that I just showed y'all with the lady with the captions coming from her telling you about the capabilities of the technology. He's showing that in this video, but he's also showing the patent for the technology. There is a patent for it, y'all, this neuromonitoring technology, and it has a lot of capabilities, okay? So you can't be gaslit. The information is out there and the evidence is out there. Also, just so they don't knock down my video like how they like to do, I'd like to say a disclaimer. I am not, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a separate video clip in the beginning and do a disclaimer because I already have to edit the other video where I said the person's name by accident. So I'll put it together. Anyway, y'all, talk to y'all on the next one, man. I just have to document, another situation. Again, I had no intentions of putting up another video until I was, putting up an update video on my workout progress to let y'all see, what I'm looking like. Because I've gained more weight since the video I posted last month, the 3 video clips, videos of my 3-month workout results and B-Day post, age 32. I've gained more weight since then. So I was waiting, like a month or 2 to do another video update and let y'all see what I'm looking like. But it seems like I keep having to post videos prior to that video. I wanted that to be the next video that I posted. I didn't want to do another documentation video, but I felt like I had to, with what just happened. And I think that's very understandable. So I don't know why they're gaslighting me with the big loud rooster drones in the background, because they knew they would have tried to run with that had I not made this video. Anyways, y'all, I will talk to you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
Okay, I just remembered there's something else I wanted to document too that happened at work last night. This is gonna be very quick because I'm happy with how short the video is. Man, I'm seeing 58 minutes and I don't want it to be an hour. Let me just quickly show y'all. Just more documentation that I hope maybe the people in my close circle will realize that these people, although they're a part of the programming and whatever, they are like also low-key judging us and laughing at us. I was watching a show last night, right? On Married, I told you I like to watch Married to Medicine. And it was a clip with Dr. Heaven. It was one of the old clips from one of the older seasons. If y'all don't watch the show, you're not going to be familiar with it anyways. But I've been showing you in these videos with the AI shadow networking software. There are several videos where I showed you how they tried to send me, subliminal messaging to sensitize me via videos that I like to watch. And I showed you guys videos with Dr. Heavenly and Quad, and those are some of the characters from Married to Medicine. So for those of y'all that have been keeping up with my videos, some of these names or characters won't sound foreign to you. But I was watching like old clips from older seasons of Married to Medicine. And one of the seasons, Mariah, one of the girls that's no longer a woman, that's no longer on the show, was arguing with Dr. Heavenly. And so she was at Dr. Heavenly's house and she said, "You need to have your husband power wash this house, power wash this deck, your nasty ass house." She said, "We might get contaminated with this nasty ass house." And when she said nasty ass house, they started doing ref campaign in the background. And so I said, "What?" I said, "I need to type this and do a video about this." I was like, the people in my close circle need to see that, like this invasion of privacy, what's going on, how it is with the insect drones and stuff, even though it's not acknowledged, my experience, it is really happening. They're judging us. The house ain't even nasty ass at all. It's old. It's an old house. I talked about the fact that this is actually my grandfather's house. It's been around for years. This house is decades old. It's very old. It's a very old house. And then we also don't have enough space for our stuff because we're a bigger family. But the house is not nasty, especially not my room either. Like my room is very neat. I have OCD. It's not even as neat as how I typically keep my private space, but it's neat enough, like all of my stuff is organized in a specific area and put together. Like I have OCD, y'all. The way my room is, it's very organized. And it's still not even how I typically have my room when I'm not targeted and I'm more upbeat and stuff like that. And I have money and all that stuff like that. But regardless, they're judging us. Like they're looking at us and everything, they have so much, they have so much access to us and to what's going on in our home and our privacy that they're able to rev by when comments like nasty ass house is made. That's embarrassing, first of all. And second of all, they shouldn't even have that they shouldn't even be privy to what the inside of our home looks like, is how I feel. Anyway, so I wanted to document that. But then the other thing, I just wanted to end the video on the patent, showing y'all the patent. I have a lot of pics in here, y'all. Sorry for that sound, y'all. I need to blow my nose. Where is it? I believe I passed it. Man, the video's gonna be an hour. I almost made it to be under an hour. But I really want to end the video with that patent. Where is it? Here it is. Patent US 6506148, nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. And that's in Google patents. Google is not going to post a fictitious patent. And then also that video I showed you, that's titled Patent for Synthetic Telepathy that I told you I share a clip from Michael Barden showing the patent. He has another patent, aside from the Google patent that I'm showing you, for this technology. He even showed you the documents that Obama signed, the BRAIN Initiative. So understand there's a plethora of information and evidence out there to validate the existence of this technology. DARPA has videos out there about it. I have some of those shared in some of these videos posted on my channel. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all in the next one, man. Almost made it to under an hour. That's okay, though. Talk to y'all in the next one. Peace out.